Disabled veterans from across the country are gathering in Snowmass, Colorado for the National Disabled Veterans Winter Sports Clinic, an annual adaptive sports event hosted by the Department of Veterans Affairs and Disabled American Veterans. And joining us to talk more about the event and its impact are VA recreation therapist Suzanne and retired U.S. Army veteran Major Lisa Maddox. Suzanne and Lisa, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Certainly. Suzanne, we'll start with you. Fill us in. What is adaptive sports and how can it benefit our nation's veterans?
Adaptive sports is taking the sports that we all do and making a few little changes to either some equipment or modifying or changing the rules a little bit so that it's inclusive of everybody with different disabilities or different abilities.
Yeah. What types of adaptive sports and therapeutic programs are offered by VA?
Everything. If you can do it, if anybody's doing it, it's been adapted for anybody to try it. Some of the simpler things like fishing and maybe some gardening, all the way to some more of the elite and more competitive events like are going on this week with downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, sled hockey, those kinds of opportunities.
Amazing.
Yeah. Lisa, how did you learn about the VA's adaptive sports programs and what sort of impact has it had on your life?
About 10 years ago, I went to an appointment to have a prosthetic fitting and heard someone speaking about the upcoming National Disabled Veterans Wheelchair Games. And I immediately became interested because growing up, I was very involved in sports and activities and wanted to continue that competitively. And so that was my first foray into VA type games. Excuse me. And it was amazing. My eyes were open more than they could have ever been. And getting to see other veterans compete, knowing that we have that same bond of having been in the military together at whatever point in time. And you know, this is another family for you. You've created a new family for yourself going forward.
Yeah, and we understand that you're also participating in the Winter Sports Clinic there in Snowmass. Can you share what your experience has been like?
I skied before my amputation, so this has been a way to get back into doing something that I loved prior to. I do it a little differently than I did it before, but it doesn't really matter because I'm still out on the slopes skiing. And one of the big things that I love about this is in able-bodied skiing, you really hear people on the lift yell when somebody falls and they lose everything, like ski poles and everything. They call it yard sale. In this setting, it's the opposite. When you see other veterans going down the hill, and if they're doing great, you're encouraging them to keep it up. If people look like they may be struggling a little bit, you also encourage them to keep it up. So that's a huge difference and points to that camaraderie and family feeling that we all have.
I love that camaraderie
absolutely.
feel. That's amazing.
Suzanne, how can community get involved?
So specifically for this event, the wintersportsclinic.org, if you go to that website, there's two opportunities there to either donate monetarily or to volunteer face-to-face. Our VA's national special events and our local and community programs don't operate without volunteer support. So the VA has an opportunity for you to go to adaptive sports. And all the other national events are there. You can choose to donate monetarily or to participate and volunteer face-to-face. So we can't do our programs without community support and volunteerism.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for filling us in, and thank you for the work that you do. And yeah, looking forward to hear more stories about how adaptive sports are changing lives in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, certainly. Yeah.